Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and we're back out here in the garage for another First Impressions video and garage gun talk. I literally just rolled in to the garage from the range, and it is 10:30 at night. And before we talk about the guns, the thing I want to talk about, I have to apologize in advance for some background noises. I have my garage door open. It's actually kind of a nice breezy night here in North Texas. It still is a little bit hot, but you might hear some sounds of planes flying over or emergency vehicles in the far off distance, which is all the sounds you get in a suburb of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So anyway, let's talk guns first. I know most of you guys follow my channel for the guns, not for me. So the gun I took to the range tonight was the Vudoo Gunworks Priest, another 2011. And I know my friend D, who lent this to the channel, is like, have you gotten to those rifles yet? Well, I still got one in the background that I haven't taken off the wall, which is going to go to the range in an upcoming trip. But I do have the Knight's Armament rifle that I need to review actually in the car and ready to go. I wanted to start that one tonight, but I didn't get around to it. It just got a little bit too late and I wanted to come home. Pistols are so much easier to review at the range than rifles. It's just a lot less setup. It's not that I don't enjoy doing it. It's just when I only have like an hour to an hour and 15 minutes to go to the range, the pistols just go so much quicker than the rifles. But I plan on taking the rifles to the range. And by the way, if my friend D, if you're watching this video, I need you to contact me because I need to get some of the firearms that I have reviewed back to you, but also I need to pick up some 6mm ARC mags. You know that awesome rifle that I have back there on the wall in 6mm? I don't think you lent any 6mm mags, and I don't have any personally, so I need to borrow some. So I need to get some pistols back to you, and I need some 6mm ARC mags. Yeah, I checked all the bags. I think we just overlooked it during our last meeting. But anyway, Vudoo Gunworks Priest, another 2011. How did it shoot? I have had such an amazing opportunity to review so many fine 2011 pistols. And there's so many different variants of them and so many different ways that they can be configured. And even ones that are very similar can have different characteristics about them. I understand why people of old would look at items like ships and assume they almost had like their own character, their own spirit. You know, they would give them names. Every gun is kind of the same way. This gun, I think, is set up kind of for competition use. We have these awesome ports here on the top. We have that kind of slab side look with the big blocky front end, which I'm not really a big fan of. But this one, I think, is designed to be run fast. And some of these 2011s run fast great. I shoot them fast great. And some of them I shoot better slowly. Some of them are just great all around. And it's not that one gun is specifically designed to do one thing better than another. Sometimes it's just the features it has, or there's just something about it and the characteristic of that single gun. It does something really well or really bad. This pistol is an amazing target gun for me. When I shoot this firearm slowly, oh man, is this one of the most accurate 2011s and pistols in general I've ever shot. I am so impressed with this guy here. Amazing gun. But when I shot it fast, it was not. And it's not that it was doing anything bad or the groups were bad. In fact, I would think compared to most pistols, it was good. I've just gotten so used to how certain 2011s feel that I have certain expectations. And so when I was shooting at 7 yards, 15 yards, and 25 yards, I'm not joking, the groups are like this. I mean, I'm shooting holes through holes and just taking my time. And then when I get to the back end of my reviews, where I do the hollow point test, the quick magazine change test, and the mag dump test, the groups opened up significantly. I mean, everything was still on the silhouette. And sometimes these 2011s, even the ones with the porting, really helped me stabilize and balance the gun and get pretty good groups. This one did not shoot that well. It's not that it's not accurate. I think the porting actually might work a little bit too good. Maybe it's the balance of the gun because it has a metal grip module too. It's not a polymer one. I kind of feel like it's a little bit front heavy, and with the porting, I did shoot it low when I shot it fast, but I really had no issues with it. The only issue I had at the range, I think, was with a magazine. In fact, I kept it aside. It's a Nighthawk custom mag, and when I did my first shots with this, and when I did the kind of opening shot that sometimes you guys see or will see in the future, where I have the camera kind of facing me, this magazine I discovered will have one that will nosedive. But I'm fairly sure it's the magazine's fault and not the gun, because the other magazines, which these are Staccatos, yeah, they're both marked 2011 Staccatos right here, and I also have another Nighthawk custom mag. These ran great, but twice this magazine had a round nosedive, so I stopped using it in the review. So it's not the gun's fault, it's this. Those were the only hiccups at the range. But this gun runs great slow for target and is not good running fast. Well, it's good running fast. It's just compared to other guns that I've recently reviewed, it's not as good. I also noticed that the reset of this gun, and this is me being really, really, really picky, seems to be a little bit gritty. And sometimes that can be a little bit hard to quantify. And I guess it's kind of based on your own personal shooting style. I'm a shooter that likes to ride the reset. And I also like to feel that reset and know right when I can pull the trigger again. Some people will take their finger completely off or really far, and it's just one big motion, so the reset doesn't matter to them. But I feel the grittiness in the reset. The pull of the trigger is fantastic. It's just that reset feels a little bit gritty and a little bit mechanical, like a little bit, it's not, I don't want to say snappy, but it has this kind of, I don't know, that click is just not as smooth. The take-up is awesome, but that reset, that also was a little bit awkward for me. Overall, the gun performed great. I had no issues. I can see why people like Vulcan Gunworks. The gun is beautiful, finished in an olive drab, I guess, Cerakote. The porting is not as nice as the, did I say Vulcan Machine Works or Vulcan Gunworks? No, this is wait, what is this? No, sorry. Vudoo Gunworks. Oh my gosh, I got it confused with the other gun I recently reviewed from Vulcan Machine Works. It did the porting on the custom Staccato. I'm sorry, guys. It's late at night. It's now 11, like, well, it's not 11, 10:45, okay? So, sorry. You have to forgive me. And all these names, Vulcan Machine Works and Vudoo Gunworks. Okay, so this is a Vudoo Gunworks Priest, not to be confused with the Vulcan Machine Works Custom Staccato. The Vudoo Gunworks Priest, the porting is a little bit more concussive and a little bit more predominant than the Vulcan Machine Works Staccato. And I kind of felt it a little bit more. And I was using the same ammo for both reviews. So it's another nice 2011, shot great, very accurate when I took my time with it. Trigger might be a little bit gritty. Overall, it's probably going to get 4.75 stars out of 5. It's another high-end 2011 that just runs good. But its character is a little bit different than many of the other ones I've reviewed. That doesn't mean it's bad, doesn't mean it's good. It's just different. So anyway, that's my first impressions. Vudoo Gunworks Priest. And I'm sorry, I got all those names mixed up earlier in the video. All right, so now we're going to get on to the garage gun talk portion of the video. And this is something, now sometimes I want to feel that I'm a bigger mover and shaker than I actually am in the gun community. Because I always wonder who watches my videos. Let me explain. I have been contacted by people, for example, you guys know Carl Bruger of B&T has contacted me in the past. I've actually had a former admiral in charge of naval construction, I guess he was in charge of like building aircraft carriers and things, contact me. He's like, hey, I like this video, blah, blah, blah. I've had people from other gun manufacturers, other people that are in the industry, YouTube channels that are much bigger than mine contact me. It's really surprising because I consider myself to be very, very small and based off of the the amount of views I get, I assume that pretty much I'm not really talking to a big audience. It's almost like it's me and my closest friends. That's the way that I feel that my channel is. When I make these videos, it's me and you guys are along for the ride, and you guys are my closest friends. And we get to talk about guns. Now, I was watching the Four Boxes Diner today, okay? And Mark Smith said something really interesting. Now, I'm not going to take credit for this because I don't think he watches my videos. But he took time in his video today to address a criticism that he says some other YouTubers and other people have of his videos. And that criticism is, not everything is breaking news. And you guys know I'm always making fun of the big channels, especially the legal channels that are like, breaking news, ATF dissolves this and Second Amendment landscape changed forever. We get all this stuff. We all know who those are, right? The Armed Scholar. And for a long time now, it literally is the Four Boxes Diner. Now, he puts out great stuff, okay, mind you. I like his stuff and I watch him. He is way better than the Armed Scholar. In fact, I don't even think I've watched an Armed Scholar video in, oh God, a year. I mean, I just cannot bring myself to watch it. It's just clickbait. But go back and go to Four Boxes Diner's video library and look at every single thumbnail. Every single day it's breaking news. Now, is he actually reporting on valid news? Yes. Is the news technically breaking? Yes. But when you put it into like big letters and all that, it makes it sound like it's a bigger deal than it actually is. And maybe I'm not the only one that's noticing this. But he was saying that he has some detractors, and he was defending his use of the term breaking news in like every video, which I understood what he was saying, that even though what he's reporting on might not be, I think his example was the end of World War II, but it is still important in the grand scheme of things. And I am wondering if I had a little part in that. I don't know if he watches my channel, but I've criticized him recently in the past, not because of his content or him personally, just the overuse of the term breaking news. And then he makes that comment. And maybe I'm affecting other people that are starting to see this on all these channels. You guys can probably list a whole bunch of others in the comment section. Any channel that literally says breaking news, capitalize, exclamation mark, every single day, or like the Armed Scholar did. Maybe he doesn't do it anymore. I have no idea. Like, Second Amendment landscape changed forever. Like these grandiose titles in full caps. It's not that important every single day. And I kind of feel like it becomes the boy that cried wolf syndrome, where you really want to draw people to the important stories. And maybe there needs to be like a importance level where these people are like, hey, I'm just going to report on some news about, a district court in Illinois. Okay, so this is going to be like a level 1 video, but as you get higher in the levels, up to a level 3, 4, 5, it's that much more important. It doesn't have to be breaking news every single day about something that might not even be Second Amendment related. But I don't know if he was responding to me, and maybe I'm a little bit egotistical to even think he even knows who I am or has even saw my videos. But yeah, or maybe I'm affecting other people that are starting to notice it, or maybe just the crowd in general is starting to get tired of it. And I'm not saying, once again, his content is bad or it's not valid. I watch almost every single one of his videos, okay? Because he puts out good stuff. Just change the thumbnail. Change the title. It doesn't have to be breaking news every day. It makes it sound like it's so damn urgent. And it's not urgent at all. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. So when I saw his video, I was like, you know what? I think I had a small part in that. But it makes me wonder if Mark Smith of the Four Boxes Diner is a secret watcher of the Texas Gun Vault and the Texas Gun Vault 2. Because I'm always surprised who watches my stuff. I know some of the big content creators, and I'm talking the biggest content creators, have watched my stuff. There was a time that one of the big content creators stole one of my thumbnails. But not for a thumbnail for their video, but used it in their video. I remember when the Military Arms channel used one of my thumbnails for an old gun that I used to have, a Special Weapons 5 MP5 clone. And they used it, they literally just took the thumbnail and used it in their video to show an SW5 because they didn't have one on hand. And they didn't give me credit for it. They really should have. And also because I can see people that are subscribed to my channel, I can also see the number of subscribers that they have. I have seen some of the big channels subscribe to my channel and then be gone. There's a lot of times, and I'll tell you guys this, the channels, like the main channel that I use to upload all my reviews, I do not use to watch other people's content. It is just strictly a channel for uploading. I don't use it to watch other people's content. So I'm not subscribed to anybody else on the main channel. I am here on the Texas Gun Vault too. But I can see who subscribes, and I know that some people that are part of those organizations might be logged on to those accounts. They subscribe to my channel, then realize, oh, I can't be subscribed to their channel. They unsubscribe, and then they resubscribe on either like their personal ones or the ones that are kind of incognito. And I've seen that a couple of times. So I know that my stuff gets watched. It might not be enjoyed, but at least it gets watched, right? I guess the old saying is, I don't care if you're talking good about me or bad about me, just as long as you're talking about me. So anyway, that's the Garage Gun Talk portion of the video. So tell me what you think about the, I'm going to get it right this time, Vudoo Gunworks Priest. And do you guys know what I'm talking about when it comes to every machine kind of has its own spirit and its own character? And I'm sure two identical Vudoo Gunworks Priests can shoot completely different, even if they have all the same features made on the same machines and have sequential serial numbers. They're just machines, and there's something really cool about that. Every car drives a little bit different. Every ship is a little bit different. Every gun is a little bit different. It's like we imbue a little bit of a spirit or a personality and a character into the machine. And this gun definitely has that. It's different. So it's unquantifiable, but I can feel it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on that. So the word of the day, if you watch to the end, is personality. Personality is the word of the day because I think the Vudoo Gunworks gun has a personality. I like to think that I'm a personality. And maybe you like me, maybe you don't. You can tell me if you don't like me in the comment section, as long as you're nice about it. I mean, I'm not going to ban you, but if you're a jerk about it, I will. You can just be like, Jason, I cannot stand your voice. Man, I don't like the way you present things. I don't like that bald head of yours. I'll be like, I get it. Just don't be mean. But you can say, hey, you make good, valid points. Just say something nice about me, and I'll say something nice about you. Anyway, thanks for joining me here in the garage for our nightly discussions. I know they're not the most exciting thing in the world, but I just like to talk to my biggest fans and subscribers and hang out with, honestly, my best friends. So, as always, thanks for watching.